Hey, what's up, VC? It's Travis once again, and this time I thought I'd make a quick little video showing some of my favorite 7-inch records from my 45 collection. I did not include any Beatles 45s, although a lot of those would have made the cut here. I'm just thinking about saving those maybe for another video in the future. But I did pick out about 20 other ones here that I really dig and wanted to show you. First one here, Rolling Stones. Jumpin' Jack Flash with the picture sleeve. I do have a lot of other Rolling Stones, but I particularly like this one because of the picture sleeve. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Wanted to show you guys that one there. Next up, just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in by the first edition, which of course is Kenny Rogers there singing. When of course I heard this from the movie The Big Lebowski, and when I first learned that Kenny Rogers was singing this, it kind of blew my mind. I just would not have ever guessed that he would be singing psychedelic rock kind of like that. I also heard that this was Jimi Hendrix's favorite song. I don't know if anyone else can verify that or not, but I can see why. It definitely would be up his alley there. Next one here is George Baker's selection, Little Green Bag. It's kind of hard to see the label in there, but it's on Colossus Records there. Of course, you probably know that one from the credit sequence of Reservoir Dogs. Just a cool little song. Thought I'd show that one too. Next up, the Hollies, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. You know, a lot of people probably think that they kind of stole the sound from like Creedence Clearwater Revival a little bit, but I don't know, I just think it's kind of a cool song. I always kind of picture someday having a jukebox and having this 45 in there and just that song always coming on and just having a good time with that. Next one here is Question Mark and the Mysterians, 96 Tears on Cameo Records there. Just a classic old 60s garage rock. Gotta have it. Next one, Bob Dylan, Positively 4th Street, backed with from a Buick 6. I was having a lot of luck finding 45s with the picture sleeves in Madison, Wisconsin. You know, just going from store to store and just coming across all this good stuff. I found this one. I was so stoked to find this. This is definitely probably one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs, too. I mean, another thing too is that, you know, it's not one of his album cuts, you know, unless you have like the greatest hits. Yeah, I just definitely love that song, and having the picture sleeve too is just an added plus. As far as I know, this is an original. They did kind of reissue this, I think, in a box set, but as far as I know, just based on the condition too, I'm pretty sure that's an original. Next up, Lynn Collins, The Female Preacher, Think About It, produced and arranged by James Brown. Just a grooving song. Man, you gotta check this out for real. This is a awesome song. I think they sampled it in that It Takes Two song. But yeah, definitely check that one out. Next one, another grooving song. The Jimmy Castor Bunch, Troglodyte, Caveman. Just a hilarious song. There's a video on YouTube about well, that has this song, and it has a film that kind of shows what the song is describing, and just hilarious. So check that out if you got the time too. Next up, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Fire, Atlantic Records there. Again, just one of those crazy songs. I just love it. Associate producer Pete Townsend of The Who. Yeah, there's a video on YouTube too that he was on Top of the Pops, I think, and he has this like kind of a headgear with flames coming out of it. Just kind of awesome to see that back in the 60s. You know, you just next one here is the Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. I do have a lot of other Beach Boys too, but this one in particular, you know, being just again one of their best songs probably. And not, as far as I know, it's not an album cut, so I mean having it on single, unless of course you got like a greatest hits collection or something like that, but gotta have that on 45, good vibrations. Next up is Surfin' Bird by the Trashmen. A lot of people probably know this from Family Guy, but that's not where I know it from. I mean, I guess I had it on a collection of songs from when I was like 8 years old, and I've always kind of been interested in that song. I don't know. But yeah, it's Surfin' Bird. Now, the Trashmen, they're actually from the city, the Twin Cities here, I think, or Minneapolis. So they are kind of a somewhat local band. Not too far away, but yep, on Garrett Records there, Surfin' Bird. Next one, Edwin Starr, 25 Miles on the Gordy label. Always thought this was kind of just a good performance all around. Gordy and the Motown, very fun. Alright, next one here, Shadows of Night, Gloria, backed with Dark Side on the Dunwich label. I found this for $1 at a Half Price Books, and I was familiar with them through the Nuggets compilation. I saw this and had to pick it up. The condition, yeah, could be better, but yeah, I definitely love this song. The cover of the Van Morrison Them song there, of course. I eventually ended up getting their Gloria album too. Next up here is Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK, backed with No Fun, which is a Stooges cover. I've never seen that before, never knew that they covered that, but Anarchy in the UK, just thought that was one of those 45s you gotta have too. Next up, Ronettes, Be My Baby, produced by Phil Spector and the Wall of Sound. Just probably one of the best pop songs ever there, just good stuff. Alright, next up is Otis Redding, Hard to Handle on the Atco label. I'm going to be honest, you know, I didn't know that the Black Crowes version was a cover until I later heard this song, but in my mind this will be superior. I mean, this is just a nice soul song here. It's just very good. So check that out if you have never heard it. Anyway, next up here is Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain, picture sleeve. This is kind of a neat picture sleeve too. It's not really your paper. It's kind of like a plastic filmy. I don't know, hard to describe. But nice thing about this record too, on purple vinyl there, got backed with the song God. Very neat. Next up here is instrumental Let There Be Drums by Sandy Nelson. Let's see if you can guys get to see this label here, on Imperial label. Just a great instrumental jam there. Sandy Nelson being a awesome drummer. Next up here is Led Zeppelin Immigrant song. Now it's not so much about the A side, although that's an awesome song too, but it's on the B side. Hey Hey What Can I Do, which has got to be probably one of the best B-sides ever. That's just, I love that song of theirs. I wish it was on one of their albums, but you know, having the 45, there you go. Next one, Kinks, Lola. Just threw this in here. I just dig that song. You know, I just had to pick it out. Next one here, Kingsman, Louie Louie on the Wand label. Again, just one of those classic 60s garage proto-punk sort of songs. But on this one now, this is another one of those nuggets. Human Beings, Nobody But Me. Yeah, I love that song. Awesome. And I got two more here. Next one, the Zombies, Time of the Season. It's good old 60s classic there. And last one here is, this is some sort of reissue or of some sort, but thought I'd throw it in the collection here. Underground Records, Link Ray, Rumble, I'm sorry. Rumble. The other side is some Archie Blyer, Hernando's Hideaway. I don't know what that is. I haven't listened to it yet, but bought it for the Link Ray, obviously. Alright, so that was just a quick look at some of my favorite 7-inch records. Hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks a lot.